Well, welcome viewers, Dr. JWA, youth theologist since 1994. We're in Muhammad, so near the revelation, so far from the Saviour. Episode 32, when fear started sounding like discipline. Viewers, the atmosphere no longer needs visible punishment to control behaviour now. People have already started carrying the pressure inside themselves. A younger follower lowers his voice, instinctively noticing several men watching him too carefully during discussion. Another immediately corrects his own wording halfway through a sentence before anyone even responds. Nobody openly commands the adjustment. The atmosphere extracts it automatically. The transformation matters enormously because once fear becomes psychologically internalized, control begins appearing instead of coercive. A chair drags sharply across stone as one man abruptly stands after hearing hesitation spoken too openly inside the gathering. Several faces immediately lower. Nobody wants association with uncertainty now. And the degeneration deepens there, not through visible violence initially, through emotional intimidation, through moral pressure, through sacred absolutism. A man publicly rebukes another more harshly than necessary because visible severity increasingly signals loyalty and usefulness inside Muhammad's movement. Another quietly abandons long-standing relationships after repeated warnings that emotional closeness with insufficiently committed people creates spiritual vulnerability, dangerous to everyone else nearby. The structure is no longer merely shaping private behaviour. It increasingly intrudes into ordinary human life itself. Who people speak with, who they avoid publicly, who they trust emotionally, who they fear becoming associated with. The movement increasingly regulates speech, association, belonging, identity, and behavioural visibility. A quieter follower notices how quickly ordinary caution now becomes interpreted as weakness requiring correction. Another forces stronger emotional certainty outwardly because appearing spiritually intense increasingly protects him from suspicion himself. But viewers, nobody openly says fear proves discipline. Nobody needs to. The atmosphere already teaches it. And so the pressure grows heavier there. Because once fear begins distinguishing itself as righteousness, emotional intimidation slowly transforms into moral responsibility inside the collective mind surrounding the movement. Several men now monitor not merely behaviour, but emotional tone, facial reactions, visible enthusiasm, intensity of agreement. And one speaker warns that softness towards hesitation weakens collective protection itself. Heads nod instantly, some sincerely, others because refusing to nod now carries danger of its own. The degeneration is no longer merely psychological now. It's becoming civilizational, socially intrusive, behaviourally regulatory, spiritually consuming. And viewers, perhaps this becomes one of the defining transitions in the trajectory ahead. People increasingly stop asking whether behaviour is compassionate, truthful, or morally balanced. They begin asking whether behaviour sufficiently protects Muhammad's movement from weakness, uncertainty, and internal instability instead. And outside, ordinary life continues beneath the darkened Arabian night. Yet inside the movement, fear is beginning to sound morally disciplined. And once intimidation becomes psychologically fused with righteousness, coercion itself can slowly begin appearing spiritually protective long before people recognize how deeply the atmosphere has already transformed them. And yet, beneath the tightening certainty surrounding men, the mystery of the Messiah still remains untouched and unresolved. I'm Dr. JWA, youth theologist since 1994. Like, subscribe, comment to educate me, and share the video to help somebody else. I'll see you in the next episode when the movement started rewarding harshness.